Welcome to, welcome to Luc Arnold, who just joined us. So Luc Arnold, Olive, Jonas, Louis Martin, is any of you willing to give us a brief introduction? Tell us who you are. Otherwise, you can use the chat and we'll still be happy to hear from you via the chat.
If I may, Florence, in the meanwhile, William. Oh, I see Jonas wants to speak. William, 20 years, unbelievable. 20, that feels like it's such a long, oh my word. You must give us your secret. I'm
Went
10
so
years
fast.
in, I don't know.
It went so fast, don't worry.
No, Jonas, tell us, Jonas.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is
Hey.
Jonas Foli. I'm student in second year of Master in Agronomic Science in Benin. I'm planning to have a career as BA. I'm here to learn about BA and how it can interact with marketing. Thanks.
Wow, thank you, Jonas. Thank you for
Thank you.
introducing yourself. It's good to know you and you're joining us from Benin. Wow, that's nice. And we have in the chat Olive Boa,
Yes, Olive, yes.
Imani's colleague, here for the knowledge and to support Imani. Wow, thank you, Olive.
Hello,
We're
Olive.
glad to have you here. All right. Anyone else wants to say something?
Hello.
Luc Arnold Chenway is one of our regulars. Luc Arnold, can you say something? It's possible that he's not really properly
Hello.
connected.
Hello, please, do you hear me?
Oh, hi, Luc. Yes.
Oh,
Can
okay.
hear you.
My name is Louis Martin. I'm from Cameroon, where I work, and I work as a sales analyst. I'm a statistician, as my background is statistician, and I'm really interested in business analysis, more in English learning, and I've been invited by Mani. So I'm really open and I'm curious to see what I will be discovering here. So thank you.
Thank you, Louis Martin. It's good to know you. Oh, statistician. Okay, quite interesting. Imani, thank you for bringing your people.
Hey, I'm telling you, the level is, these people do this work. Oh, I must think carefully before I answer now.
Yeah, they're watching you. They're watching you.
Exactly.
But very good, very good. Thank you for coming.
Okay, so we have other people joining and we'll go ahead. Welcome to everyone who joined. Let us kick off. Here is our agenda for today. We will start with this welcome, which we're already doing. I'll share with you some ground rules. A brief introduction to IBA Cameroon. William has already given us a glimpse, and then we'll dive directly into the conversation with Ingrid and Imani. Then we'll have enough time for your questions to them. And we'll end everything with a nice fun quiz like we always do to give you a chance to win prizes. Take note that you only win prizes if you're paying attention to what's happening. So keep your ears and eyes open and be attentive. Okay, let me go to the ground rules. Please
Wow.
mute your mic when you're not speaking so
Oh, I
that
thought
we
you did it
don't
on purpose.
Pardon?
I thought you did it on purpose so that we would have been in the.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
No, I thought you did it on purpose to
Okay.
put us in the mood. You know.
Okay. So the next one is if you have a question or intervention, raise your hand or use the chat. The next one is that you introduce yourself, especially when you want to say something, introduce yourself so that we get to know you. This is also a networking event. The next one is that this session is being recorded. If you are uncomfortable with this, unfortunately, you'll have to leave the call because there's no other option. We record the sessions so that those who are unable to join us or those who really want to watch the replay can do that. Next, we will be taking photos during the event. We'll be taking screenshots so that we can communicate on the event afterwards. But if you're uncomfortable with this, please let us know and we'll make sure that we take you out of our photos afterwards. Yes, and of course, be kind, be open, be curious. We are here to learn together. We don't need to be so serious. Let us relax and learn together and enjoy this event. It's Friday evening. Let's have fun with this. Let me start then to echo again what William started to tell us. This event is offered by the International Institute of Business Analysis, specifically the Cameroon chapter. That this institute has for a vision to shape the practice of business analysis to achieve better enterprise outcomes. And the mission is to lead the global business analysis community and professional standards so every person can achieve more. Essentially, the IIBA helps organizations to do their work better. IIBA is global. It has over 30,000 active members worldwide. It's present in 40 countries. It offers the most recognized business analysis certifications in the world, and it has a guide called the Business Analysis Body of Knowledge, which guides business analysts across the world in their jobs. So if you're joining the IBA, you're joining a global network of business analysts. Okay, we're talking about the IIBA. We're talking about BAs, business analysis. Let us come to the same page in terms of what it means, business analysis. So business analysis is the approach that enables change in a company, in an organization, by defining the needs and recommending solutions that bring value to stakeholders in their context. So that's what we are calling business analysis. Who is a business analyst? Okay, a business analyst is simply anyone who performs business analysis tasks, and they don't have to have that job title business analyst to perform business analysis tasks. I know one of our speakers is a typical example of that. Business analysts have very different job titles and operate in different domains. So you can have them in a strategic space, enterprise architects, strategy analysts, business architects can be business analysts. In a more tactical space, you have people like auditors who can be business analysts, financial analysts as well, even those doing machine learning analysis, these are business analysts. And you have now, we're talking a lot about the agile space. You have agile business analysts, you have agile coaches, you have product owners who perform business analysis. You actually even have the domain of product ownership where IBA does a certification. And for business data analytics as well, there's sometimes a confusion between a business analyst and business analytics. But yeah, we also cover that. People doing business or data analytics can be business analysts as well. And yeah, of course, the cybersecurity domain is not left out. So information security analysts do business analysis as well. So whatever the domain you work in, as long as you perform business analysis tasks, you're a business analyst. So the family is quite big. We said IIBA is global. IIBA in Africa has 9 chapters. Cameroon is one of them, but we belong to a bigger African family. And it's really interesting because we have this community where you have professionals from across Africa doing what you do as a business analyst, and then you have opportunities opening up to collaborate across borders with other Africans in other African countries. So that's one of the beautiful parts of being with the IIB, or being part of this community. But yes, let's come back home. William is our president. IIBA Cameroon has been there since 2021. It's quite young, and we like to say that we are the defender of business analysts in Cameroon. IIBA Cameroon exists to represent the global IIBA in Cameroon, but also to provide a framework for exchange of information between the Cameroon members, to promote business analysis practices, and to professionalize business analysis. So essentially, we exist to support business analysis professionals in Cameroon with their growth, to connect them together and to keep the profession progressing in Cameroon. We have a physical office space in Douala. The address is here. Maybe William will help us put it in the chat. We also have a website, an email address, a LinkedIn page, and a Facebook page. So all of this information you can get in the chat in case you want to get in touch with us. Now, speaking of IBA Cameroon members, yeah, it's actually a big group now. We are 66 as of this month who are active members. By the way, membership costs only 40,000 francs a year. So we mentioned earlier that IBA offers the most recognized business analysis certifications. In our group in Cameroon, we have a number of certified professionals as well, covering these different certifications. The CBAP is the highest level of business analysis certification at the moment, and we have 9 members who have the CBAP certification. So it's a growing community, but it's also growing in professional excellence. And you have people who are registered to write the CBAP who are currently preparing for that. So these numbers will grow very soon. And we hope that you will be inspired to be part of that group very soon. And since we're talking about that, it's good that you know there's an opportunity this year. And excuse my typo, but there is a discount on all IIBA certification exams until December. This is a mistake. Until December 2024. So if you are already on that journey and you want to do a certification, this is a good time to do it because it will be 20% cheaper for you. Okay, now let's come back to IBA Cameroon and our activities. The kinds of activities that we do are trainings, professional exchanges like this one that we're doing right now. We also do promotion activities. We have certification study groups for people preparing for certification. And we have a number of webinars, and we've had formed strategic partnerships with other organizations. That's what we do in a nutshell. But in this year of 2024, we've been super busy. We've already done 8 trainings, 8 study groups, 10 of these exchanges, both physically and online. We've been present in different forums to promote the IBA and to promote business analysis. We've had 7 webinars and we've formed some really good partnerships. So we've been with GCAM, as William was saying earlier, with PECB, which is another certification body, which is quite globally recognized. with D-Mill Coder, which is an organization which seeks to promote digital skills in Africans. And I forget which is the fourth one. I have missed that. There are four of them. William, maybe you will remind us by putting it in the chat. Okay, some of the events that are coming up include a recognition of the Business Analyst of the Month. So we have this recognition every month to give people the opportunity to highlight a colleague, a collaborator whom they believe does exemplary work as a business analyst or business analysis tasks. So if you want to recognize a colleague or a friend, please use this forum. We have 2 days left in November, so you can still do that. William, please help us to put the link on the chat. So if you want to vote someone, you can use that link and vote them. Next up, we have a training on Power BI in December, 6th to 8th December. And this is focused on logistics and supply chain. So if this is an area you're interested in, definitely you would want to attend this training, and it costs only 25,000. Right. That's me just giving you a couple of events that are coming up. But if you want to be informed on all our events, please follow us on LinkedIn. We communicate all the events there. We also have a WhatsApp community for those who are interested in joining us on WhatsApp, where all the information goes as well. So don't hesitate to join us and follow us. All right, so that was enough of me talking about IIBA. I think you are here more for this conversation between our experts, Imani Tosha, Dalili Masuke, and Ingrid Kumayev on the topic of how business analysis supports marketing. So let me stop sharing and let us start discussing. Welcome again, Imani and Ingrid.
Thank you.
You ready?
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
Hello, Florence. Hello, Ingrid.
Hello,
Hi,
hello.
Imani.
Okay. So ready.
Okay, good, good. I would like to start with an introduction. I don't want to be the one to introduce you. I want you to introduce yourselves in your own words. So, shall we start then with Ingrid? Who is Ingrid?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ingrid Kumayev. I'm passionate about information technology, business analysis, and marketing. Actually, for now, I have like 7 years experience in those various fields. Um, I also have I'm also holding a master degree in international marketing. And um actually, what I do the most is being a BA. Uh, for the past years and up to now, I've been managing the development and the promotion of ERP, CRM, including some fintech solution. That is all about me.
Thank you, Ingrid. It's nice to get to know you. And how about you, Imani? Who are you?
Okay, I would have just said, Ingrid says it so lightly, CRM, ERPs. I can only imagine the headache. I can only imagine the pain that she goes through. But okay, myself, Imani Masuke, thank you for saying the full name earlier. But to make it short, Imani Masuke, and I think the allusion was to me earlier, that I've spent the last few years as a business analyst, but I've never really held the name. I've been a business process analyst. I've been a solution designer, custom experience design. Of recent, I'm in charge of digital transformation, or I'm in a team in charge of digital transformation. A bit like Ingrid said before, 8 years, 10 years of experience now, working in telecom, working for at MTN. Passionate about entrepreneurship. I think I come today with a bit of a cape of an entrepreneur, still in the same field, still in technology, in e-commerce. I've had the opportunity a couple of years ago to start an e-commerce platform here at Palace. That is a project, is what I like. As an entrepreneur, I've lived that has been, from the other cape. I see I have a bit of connection, so I hope you can still hear me. I'll try to slow down sometimes. But then that's basically me, passionate about entrepreneurship. I love Africa and very glad to be here. Oh, one thing, I'm a new member. I've been a member for about a year now of IIBA and loving the dynamic to share and to. Thank you.
Thank you, Imani. All right. So another thing I'd like to know is, what does your job as a business analyst entail, Ingrid? You mentioned that you're an IT business analyst. I know you also wear different hats. So what is your day-to-day like? What do you do?
Okay. For my day-to-day as a IT business analyst, first of all is understand business needs. Then by understanding business needs, you must analyze those needs and discuss with teams in order to provide them with functional and sometimes technical specification in order to help them to provide sufficient solution that can satisfy the shareholder needs. And then by running this activity, you are engaged in testing, solution design, requirement gathering, all those kind of tasks. But by hand, I have the chance to be in the middle with my old or my past marketing manager hat to stay focused on one thing, what at the end of the journey, what will satisfy the market? What will satisfy the market, even when we are engaged in project or in product development, we need to focus on what will satisfy the market to be sure that the company sustainability is quite safe.
Okay, thank you for that. And I really see the connection between what you do as a business analyst and how you integrate your background as a marketing manager to keep a focus on the market always. Thank you for that, Reed. Then let me come back to you, Imani. You have an interesting job title, Digital Innovation Specialist. But as you said earlier, you're also wearing another cape, which is that of an entrepreneur. So let us then have an understanding of what those two capes that you wear mean. What is your day like as an innovation specialist or as an entrepreneur?
Okay, oddly enough, I'll say it's very similar. I think because even the entrepreneur experience is in technology, is in solutions. So oddly enough, when I look at my day, it's about the same. It's about the same things. I love what Ingrid said about finding the right. It was about finding the right finding the right product for the market. Basically talking about product market fit is like I need to build the right solution, listening to the need of the market. In highlights, it's very close to that. It's a lot of listening to market and listening to customers being it at work where you have to talk to people who have a need for a solution, or customers who want to consume a product, or to want, in the case of e-commerce, to make a purchase online, but kind of listening to them and being aware of what, what they need, or what kind of payment method do they want, what kind of platform do they want to make their orders on. Listening to market trends, because there's a very big sense of element of technology into it. So being aware of where the market is going, like, are people today on TikTok or are they on Instagram? If you asked me, my business a little while ago, it was Facebook. And I'm realizing more and more people on TikTok, and kind of have to adapt to that. There's an element of bringing solutions. I think the value, when you show the definition at the beginning, the business only exists at the moment I create value for someone. It's like, I was going to go to the store and buy this, and I'm willing to pay a little bit more if you can get it to me at home with some advice, with some tutorials of how I must use it, and so on and so on. So there's a place where there is about actually building or bringing solutions to customers, to users, to colleagues, and it's very similar actually in both cases. And overall, this is not the most exciting part, but there's a big piece of business process, like building business processes, be it in the formal work or even as an entrepreneur. You get to think of your business a bit through and through. So you have to wonder, like, how does a person pay, and how do they get your receipt, and how do they get delivered, and how do they complain? And so you're kind of going through these business processes that you must put together. And something that is not exciting at all is documenting. If there's a BA here who doesn't write a lot of Word documents, so I also write a lot of documents. I'm more into agile now, so maybe looking to user stories and use cases, but there's a certain part of formalizing and documenting so that it can be used by other people in the business, or it can be used by colleagues, and so on. That's in a nutshell the day. A lot of firefighting apart from that.
Firefighting
Yes.
in both roles that you play.
In both roles, you wouldn't believe it.
Okay, thank you, Imani. I think we have a better understanding of what you both do on a daily basis. So now let's go to the heart of the topic of today, marketing. We don't usually make this connection of business analysis, marketing, but there definitely is a connection, and we'd love you to help us understand that. So, Ingrid, I'm addressing this to you. How has your experience as a business analyst impacted or supported your marketing skill set?
Okay. First of all, to answer this question, I will start by saying most of the time when you are talking about business analysis, uh, most people think that it's just for technician, it's just IT, it's just an IT activity, and then it's just focused on them. Then when you join in the business analysis activities, you discover that most of the techniques or the tools you often use are not far away from what a marketing manager use. As well, you have to do market research to sometimes know what is about what is the market ready to receive is the market ready to receive my product, or is 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 there any need of it even? You will have sometimes to do like when you are a BA, you do prototyping to have a view on an exact view on what you are going to do. Even in marketing activity, you do the same. You have to have a proof of concept. Yes, I want maybe to go to a fair. How would be my stand? How would be this? You will prototype it to have a vision about this is how people will understand me, or this is the idea that I want to left to people. Even a BA in his own way of working, he have the same the same challenge to be sure that what he or his team is doing have a kind of impact on the stakeholder or the shareholders. And in marketing, your most relevant shareholders are your clients. In BA activities, you have maybe the sponsor of the project, but it's also a client, because you are doing this to be sure that his need is satisfied, as well as the marketing. Then in both domain, you will have to use techniques that are quite connect. Um, I will just say it like that, because even for those who will try to read the Bible, you will see that most techniques that are used in marketing, like SWOT analysis, pestle analysis, all those tools are even used by BA, whatever is their sector of activity. Then for me, the two activities is really linked.
Thank you for that insight.
Okay.
Thank you for that insight. The activities are more similar than we would have imagined. The tools and techniques that are used, there are a good number of them that are common to both activities. So thank you for that, Ingrid. And for you, Imani, we want to lean in more on your perspective as a business owner. How do you make use of business analysis in what you do as a business owner?
Okay, I think Ingrid put it very well. It tends to be the same tools. I think that the formal experience in business has helped me in a place where, starting my business, I had a bit more method to to what I was building. If you mentioned a few things, you mentioned, for example, market research. Again, that's very right. The BABOK does give very clear requirement, very clear guidelines for how to do your requirements gathering, requirements elicitation, which is something I think is a basic loophole for starting a business. Sometimes you make the product that fits to you. It doesn't really mean that's the market fitting product. But very clearly, the experience as a BA helps you think of, of conducting small things like brainstorming. So how do I really get a brainstorming with the right stakeholders? How do I conduct any form of, customer research? Be it prototyping, you mentioned prototyping or A/B testing, which are from the beginning things that are more BA before they became marketing. But the way we build software now applies to the way we build campaigns and the way we build, even when you look at products, which one would you like the most? And just being able to conduct that type of research, I think, was a great advantage. There is something about even the methodology of choosing. We spoke before about choosing your products. Not based on instinct or not based on intuition or feeling, but really in a way where I can classify product. I think you mentioned even pestle or things like that, or the 5 forces, which are methodologies that help me think of a solution, but that I can apply even to a branding, even to a messaging that I use for my customers, even to a pricing, even just evaluating pricing points in that way. It has been a great, I think, small differences that bring kind of a great result. And I want to say, I think the experience as a business analyst, especially for digital products, got me used to thinking of a product as being something customer-centric, as being something where if I want to know what to do, I have to go and read what people say about it. I'm not gonna base it off the general layout that everyone is doing, but really thinking of business as driven by customer. So even making it systematic to collect customer insights, collect some sort of NPS or voice of customers. And I think that applied to business is a great, so it has been a great tool. It has been something learned somewhere, literally applied somewhere else, and that worked out quite nice. So yes, a lot of requirements gathering, a lot of the market research, understanding the customer, and overall just methodology. Writing a requirements document, writing a website, not just in terms of what you think you see, but really a customer journey or a business process that goes behind. Where does the receipt go? Yes. I think Ingrid said it very well.
All right.
Your market research.
So these skills are definitely very useful and
Mm.
transferable for you as a business owner. Okay, that's very good to
Mm.
know, especially for us business analysts who are aspiring to start their own businesses eventually. They'll find that these are very useful and transferable skills. Okay, thank you, Imani. Now, Ingrid, I'd like to ask you one last question. Maybe you can tell us what you think that enterprises in Cameroon, just like Imani's business, can do to better leverage business analysis for their marketing to be successful.
First of all, I think it's most about I don't know whether it's good to say education, but most companies are closed. When you say BA activity, oh no, I'm not doing IT solution. I'm not doing this. I'm just doing uh, selling goods or products is enough. But we think about as professional, we think about business analysis activities, we see that it has a really really good results on how to listen to the market. It really enface uh, and leverage up the market knowledge with things like uh, data evolution, such things that can make you better analyze your way of being in the market, to better do your prediction, at least for the coming events on from your own position. Where are you now? Where were you yesterday? And where are you going tomorrow? Just in this case, business analysis help you to at least uh, be in a in a I will say it in French and then you will help me in English. Sur une ligne, avoir une vision, to have a vision on what you are doing actually. The second thing I can say is that with the BA tools or techniques to support marketing, leverage the type of tools or the type of communication skills your team can have. And then with this communication tools and skills that your collaborators have and so on, they are more open mind on the market trends and more willing to really satisfy your customer needs. And for this, it helps you to make more cash, because as a company, you open your company to make more cash, and then to be sure that anyway your activity will stay on top. Hello. Did you, I think.
Yes, I'm sorry, my internet connection is a little bit unstable.
Okay. Then for me is how BA activities can help to leverage of marketing activities. When you better know your customer, you provide them good solution that are really what they need, and then this help you to maintain your activities on top.
Okay. It helps you to serve your customer the right way so that they can give you the money that you're looking for as a business owner. Yes, Ingrid, thank you so much for that insight really to companies or people working in companies to understand the importance of business analysis skills for them to do successful marketing. And the skills are many in terms of tools and techniques that can be used like market research, prototyping, and also in terms of this what we call soft skills like communication and stakeholder management. It really make a difference in how you approach your business. So thank you so much for that, Ingrid. And Imani, my last question for you would be you from your perspective as someone who can employ business analysts. What types of skills do you recommend that business analysts should have in order to help businesses like yours thrive?
Okay, this is not going to be a fair answer because I would say they need to be able to do it all. And Ingrid just inspired a new answer when she said something about make more cash. And at the end of the day, I think that's what I would say politely create value, but I think that's what at the end of the day we are looking for. But in highlight, I think it's the same teams that come out the most. In terms of key skills, I would think of 3-4 key skills that if I want a BA, especially to convert, whether it's in the small business world or even in the company of today, even in the large enterprise of today, certain things that come to mind directly. Communication skills. I understand the BA is kind of a translator between technical people and the customer and finance and marketing. In that way, I think that's a way that a BA can become very useful to a business and even to marketing efforts in a business. You need to have good communication skills, being able to speak technical, but also speak, customer and speak emotional. Speak functional, be able to describe a software bit by bit in a way that an engineer understands, but also in a way that a regular customer will tell you, I just want it to be more alive. And you understand that means that the button must be more responsive or things like that. Is something that goes a long way. We've spoke a lot, and I think that's very relevant to the world of today. We spoke a lot about market research and data. A BA who wants to put a contribution to a business today must be able to understand where to find the right information, where to find the right data. I see, how do I run a quick survey? And something about what we said since the beginning is things that you can think of at very large scale, but it can also be at a very small scale. I mean, I can have a small tech shop in my neighborhood and still be able to do a survey, still ask people, oh, how do you feel about the time I open? If you are an e-commerce business, for example, just being able to ask, how did you feel about your packaging? Was it too large? Was it too small? How do you feel about the time your delivery took? But overall, someone was able to see a problem and find the right questions to ask. I love to say, I think as a BA, you have to be very critical. It's like it's analysis. It's a job of being critical, of looking at things, and being able to look from different angles. So communication skills. Secondly, that ability to do market research or do insights or capture a bit of those needs or requirements, we say sometimes, from customers, from stakeholders, from even colleagues, is something that really goes a long way. And just because it's the mood of today, I need a BA who comes in the business to be someone who's very agile. I think I said at the beginning, you need to be able to do a bit of different things. You need to be able to do them in a contained time. You need to be result driven. So as opposed to, especially when we talk about small businesses, especially when you talk about lean enterprises, you want someone who can be able to, within 2 weeks, give suggestions on the product, not take 6 months, not take a year to say, oh, here's how we're going to change our website, but really be able to run a quick survey or quick, overlook, really sit someone down in a room and be, oh, go through the website. Oh, that took you long. What do you think of this? And it's a bit of a soft skill. It's not something that you have to do it again and again, I guess, to become better at it. In highlight, and those are the three communication skills I said, that ability to get requirements, and then a bit of that agility, a bit of that ability to come from a problem and divide little improvements, like incremental improvements that can lead to end solution. And even just overall being critical. Someone who can look at the customer journey, look at the problem, and really see the different elements that it takes. That someone complaining about the price of a product is not always about the price. It can also be about the packaging looking too cheap, or the packaging looking too expensive and making them feel like, so someone who can put these moments of the journey and think about them critically, overall is someone that will make a small business of today very happy. Allow us to make more cash, like Ingrid. I'm with you on that one. Yes. And if you think it's all skills that we do in BA, it's actually requirement elicitation, business process analysis, or business process modeling, and feedback, audio feedback and VOCs.
That's quite a good package, I think. You're leaving us with. Thank you, Imani. And I believe that what you say can also apply to bigger businesses. At the end of the day, they're still serving customers, and they still need to be competitive and manage their resources better and be speedy and all of that. I think it applies to the full spectrum of sizes of businesses. But thank you so much for being very specific about these skills and why you find them useful. Well, with this, I will stop questioning you, but I will let the audience in the room ask their questions directly to you. So for everyone who has a question for Imani and Ingrid, please feel free to raise your hands and you speak, or you can also put the question in the chat. Now is your time.
I'll unmute and I'm ready. Ingrid, are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm ready too. I'm ready. I'm ready. Yes. And I was thinking, Florence, from what you said at the beginning, it is true. It's something that is scaled small businesses and large businesses. It's like generally the sooner you get to it, the sooner you start seeing results, and yeah, the better it goes.
Oh, I'm muted. Yeah, I'm saying I think you used a good word, the lean enterprises. And lean enterprises can be small or can be big. Okay, let's see if we have any question or any hand raised.
I have a feedback from Luke.
Okay.
In the chat.
In the chat, okay. Let's see. So Luke says, when talking about BA, people directly refer to technical aspects such as IT development, SQL, data analysis, and so on. As Ingrid said, there is really a need to educate people about it. Yes. At the end of the day, ignoring techniques and tools of BA is a really good way to fail in business. Well said, Luke. You're absolutely spot on. Yes, agreed. Imani, Go ahead.
Okay, yes, if I may, Florence, I had a question. I have a question for Ingrid, if I
Okay.
may. It's true that now, listening to introduction, I actually realized, Ingrid, you did marketing manager before you did business analyst.
Exactly.
So you actually started a bit the other way around. Did you ever feel
I-
when you learned the techniques that, oh, I could have done this marketing effort, I could have done my campaigns? Please tell us.
yeah, I I really feel it because when I was doing just marketing activities, I was mainly involved in projects like doing marketing, but in a project view of it.
Mhm.
And most most of the time, I have the feeling that I'm missing something somewhere. And then learning by doing, that is the fact. I start to learn about testing even my own concept. Yes, I want to do this in this project, but how do I test it? How do am I sure that what I'm doing is the right thing to do at this moment in the project? How am I sure that I have the support of everybody in the project? Or what are the people who are against the project, and how do I convince them? Such are failures that I had in my project before starting or looking about how can I solve those issues. It was because I did it. It was like in 2017-2020, par là. I was doing just marketing, but in a project way. Didn't know, I don't have any idea of what is BA, what is. But as I was involved with some IT in the project, I saw that when they are doing this, they test it. They are using these tools to test it. How can I test my own marketing concept without having maybe a a huge budget or something, like say you must go to do a market research or those kind of big things. I started by doing test analysis, like every see how yesterday I did this, today this is the result. Then if I change just this variable, what will be the next outcome? Just just change the way of viewing my job or my activities help me to solve really big issues in some projects. And having the skills of communication, as you earlier mentioned, was a kind of salvation party, because I had a project in which the customers say something when you people are true, and then when you draw it down and just say, okay, sign and agree that that is what you want, you the face just
Me
change.
too. Me too, Ingrid, me too.
Yeah, we BAs are very familiar with these kinds of situations.
You go angry, you say, no, yesterday he said this, he said that, but today he doesn't want to assume it. I don't know, I don't understand this guy. But when you have the techniques to manage his engagement with the project, all those things, you see that more and more you you go in your solution very softly, and then there are less kind of people taking their legs back away. Though, then I think
That helped. Okay, no, good to know. I thought it's the opposite. It's actually the other way around. Okay, I see a question in the chat. Okay. I got too excited, and Florence, I saw my name. Maybe I'll let you MC.
Okay, let me read it also for everyone. The question is to you, Imani. Hey, William asked 3 questions at once. How did you discover
Sorry.
business analysis and connect it to your daily task? Let's start with that.
Okay. No, I think from school, I think I said my background, unfortunately, I'm from the background where business analysis is very technical. I did systems, what they call business systems or system design. And it was one of the obvious, you will do business analysis or you do software engineering. I don't think I knew the job, what I expected from the job and what I found on the field completely different. But at least the term of a business analyst. I love what you showed in the beginning, and that was showing that you have a lot of these jobs, financial analyst or risk analyst or product owner, or to a certain extent, agile scrum master, are roles that are, they fit in this big box of people that kind of, the definition you brought, create value through bringing solution by listening to requirements, like the 6 axes that we see in the Babok. But yeah, I think I discovered it from school, huh? But this is not what I was expecting. This is not what I was expecting. But I love it. I think I love it even more than what I thought it would be.
Oh, great.
So
Great.
from school.
Okay. The next question for you is, you talk about the link between business. Oh, can you talk about the link between business analysis and entrepreneurship?
Sorry, I meant
I think
he did talk about it. He did talk about it. That's what I heard. So there's actually one question is the following question.
Okay.
Okay. So do you think it would be relevant to raise awareness among entrepreneurs about business analysis best practices to support them in their businesses or projects?
Okay. Yes, definitely. And I think even overall, just to bring methods to, I think entrepreneurship, unfortunately, Ingrid, you said something about the level of education. You need to learn
yeah,
how to build a product. I mean, people go to school and they learn products, product management and market analysis. I mean, as an entrepreneur, you kind of need to know things. You need to know a lot of these things with as much depth as you can. But I mean, there's a big element of, managing a product and managing requirements and managing needs and solutions. If you are building any form of solutions, I think my experience in business has been that any kind of solution requires a few people. It requires someone to do the project management. It requires someone to do the analysis. Unfortunately, you need someone who's going to talk to all the stakeholders. When you showed at the beginning, you showed a few items like change management. It's not something that is obvious. If I build a product, it's not because I've built the greatest product that it immediately just catches the market. If we are talking about business analysis helping marketing, it's not obvious that I build a product and I'm aware that my market is 60% young, 40%, mid-age. Unfortunately, if I don't take a consideration of that, I'm building a marketing that is unfortunately irrelevant. It's not relevant to my market. So it's very good to know, I think, because entrepreneurs need as many skills, and it's the same thing, this applies to business analysis, but they also need a bit of financial skills to know how to budget and plan and fund. They need a little bit of operation and leadership management skills and so on. But yes, I think it will be very relevant to teach, especially in the space that we are in, where almost every business has a component of technology or component of solution, even in the operations. Just teaching someone how to make a SWOT, how to make his market research, how to write a customer journey or a requirements document from end to end, how to write testing. I think I hadn't spoken about it since the beginning. but even just thinking of prototyping and testing a solution. It's not that I build something and I test it one way, and because it works for me, everything is great. No, a VA will bring you a nice testing document, multi-device, multi-screen, multi-size. And there's that method that I think people can learn from. We spoke about Pester, we spoke about porter forces. It's like learn to build your business canvas and fill it in. And that is a form of analysis of your business. So very relevant. Yes, go to entrepreneurs. I hope that answers, yes.
I remember Ingrid mentioning that
Did.
she learned, she observed the way testing was done rigorously in IT projects, and as a marketing manager, she wanted to know how she could do that for her marketing activities as well. So yeah, that's a good one, that testing example. Okay. Thanks, Imani. While waiting for the others to raise their questions, I'm going to spin the same question back to William as the president of IBA Cameroon and ask him if he has any activities that help small or medium-sized businesses or large businesses understand the value of business analysis for them.
Talking about IBA Cameroon?
IBA Cameroon,
Is it?
yes.
Yes. There's, is it from your side, from my side, from someone else? Is it better now?
Let's see.
Now it's better.
Okay.
Okay, wonderful. No, so we participate to events at schools, university, etc. So to promote, to talk about business analysis to students at university and so on. We also provide every Monday. So most of the times now we are taking a pause, but so every Mondays or every 2 Mondays we will provide one. It's like free webinars where we will talk about specific topics about business analysis, also to give more insight about the 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 job, the position, the activities, and anything regarded to it. So CVs, resume, finding jobs, techniques, tools, etc. So that's the things we do. We also provide, of course, trainings to get certifications, ECBA, CBAP, and so on. And we have online trainings. We have on-site trainings. It's a kind of study groups, so we learn in group, and we also have case studies, practical, and we also encourage the participants to every day to apply what they learn at their job. It is very important. It's not just learn to pass the certification, but it's better to learn and try as much as you can to apply the new techniques, the new templates, the new vocabulary that you learn at the job. Me, for example, I remember the first time I did a study group, I went there just to pass the certification. And when I finished the study group, I was so in the I was so it was so intense, and I was so in the how can I say it? I was so uh, um, invested that in my day to day at work, I use the vocabulary. I propose proactively the templates and the tool I used, and everyone in my department, they were like, "Oh, wow, William is a new the newborn. What is this? What is that? How do you do that? Can you show me? Can you show us?" And after 5 months, at the end of the year, I got a raise. I got a raise. Uh, it was about 20%. And I was so excited that I forgot to pass the certifications. Can you feel that? So I was like, okay, that's it. No need to pass the certification. And it's only years later, that when an ex-colleague who left, he told me how he doubled, he could double his salary thanks to the certification, thanks to CBP. I was like, really? I have to go back and finish my certification. I have to go back and finish certification. So no, just so for me it was I really believe that it's not just about passing the certifications. When you apply it in your day-to-day job, people they will see that how you have changed. Your vocabulary, your posture, everything will really change, and they will talk. My boss came and said that client, that customer, they say this, they say that, and also your colleagues. So it's really helpful. It will be really a waste and a shame to train, to learn new certifications, but just to get new hats, just to get new, I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that. It will be a shame if you cannot live that in your current job. When you are jobless, when you don't have a job, you have the excuse. But when you have a job, anything you do outside, you can bring that in your current job and show to everyone that you are really you really have changed and you are someone new, and that's how you can also in your CV, in your resume, say that I really did this technique, I really know how to do SWOT, I really know how to do whatever technique you want, or you learned, and so on. Sorry, I talk too much. I hope I answered the question. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, William. Thank you. I'm checking the chat to see if anyone has asked a question. No. Checking in the audience, any hands? No. I really want to encourage everyone to feel free and express themselves, even if it's not a question, but you have a perspective about this topic that you would like to share with us. Please go ahead. We are also here for that, to learn from each other.
Bye.
Yes. And Imani, go ahead.
Okay, no, it's an old hand. I was just going to say that, please, William, you must tell us about that 20% increase and which tool exactly it was. Was it SWOT? Was it the 5 whys? Maybe let us know so we can apply that as well. And I do see it's a shame. I hope, sorry for putting you on the spot, Christian. If any chance to let us know, we have Christian Isamei who's here from ODECAM, Usude GCAM. I think we have conversations sometime. Thank you very much for joining. So if a chance, maybe write to us in the chat what you think of this entrepreneurship. And I think that made a specialty to support the entrepreneurial ecosystem in the country. And yes, I think BA might sound like a very technical, but I hope that when you saw the topic of business analysis in marketing and small businesses. Okay, and I see your question in the chat. So maybe Christian, if you have a chance, let us know if this resonates to you. I was looking forward to getting some of your perspective on the topic.
Yes, we'd really love to hear from you, Christian. Okay, someone is saying something. Go ahead.
Okay, I saw a question on the chat. Is Olivia Ngon, who says BA concerning trend prediction with BA and with BA tools, you have a kind of sector, let me say kind of sector, where it's called data analysis or data analytics. There you really use the information you have now. Maybe you will have the sales volume or the purchase volume to be able to predict the market trend for the past 2 years or the past 3 years. How much have you sold? how was the gap, en français, on dit taux d'accroissement, l'accroissement, uh, to, to, to make your own prediction, to say if yesterday, based on other trends, activity like economic conjuncture, even the force of the other market players um, like competitors, suppliers, and even the product leverage in the market. Is it a starting product, a growing product, or let's say a dying product? With all those data gathered together, you will the BA tools will help you to better analyze your market prediction and then to have clearly insight on what is the current trends or the future trends of your product.
Okay.
I hope I've answered to her question.
It sounds very good.
And that's a really good answer, Ingrid, because now we are in the era of AI and machine learning, and we are encouraged to use these tools to be able to leverage our data to find insights that will help us see what could happen in the future. And these are exactly the tools of the moment. So thank you for that, Ingrid. And we hope that Olivia is satisfied with the response. Unfortunately, Christian is no longer on the call. But yeah, if there's anyone else who has something to contribute or a question, the floor is yours.
Yeah, if I may, Florence, maybe
Yes.
on the answer by Ingrid, and I think that's yeah, it's perfectly answered. I think even we speak here about even statistical predictions, because the ability to look at data and giving, doing forecasts, like you say, the age of AI and cloud and machine learning. But I think it also even applies to anything that is qualitative, like even market sense. It's like, there's a BA tools, and then there's a BA the person. There's still this ability of someone to look, knowing at which moment you need to do a SWOT, knowing how, I need to do a problem tree for a particular issue, because it's actually not one issue, it's a lot of different bottlenecks that we need to kind of solve. And I think that BAs, through the ability or the skill of specifically looking at problems again and again, sometimes in a 10-year career or 5-year career, you look at 7, 8, 9 problems one after the other. There's the ability even to build a sense of that, kind of qualitative prediction of, I've seen this business grow and I've seen market trends over 5 years, over 10 years, even over a couple of months, and be able to base decisions of that, being able to have a hint and then using the tool to support, to find whether it's right or it's wrong at the end. Yeah, so
La
just a
force de
contribution.
l'expérience, quoi.
Yes, very much that, very much that.
Yes, indeed. I think you're right. The BAs do have this ability to build a sort of internal database, because they are constantly exposed to different situations, different stakeholders, and they gather a lot of data, which makes it the more experience you gain as a business analyst, the more you can do these qualitative predictions, as you say, and you can have that instinct to help you take certain decisions, even without necessarily having all the quantitative data that you need. That's a good one. Thank you, Imani. Okay, let's see if anyone else has a question or contribution. I'm going to allow you the space to decide what you want to say.
Yes, I have a boss. I will say perspective.
Okay.
When I start researching on BA, I face with other profession which look similar as a business analysis. It is a profession like data analyst, and the second, I don't know the name in English. In French, we say assistant à la maîtrise d'ouvrage. So I don't know. Bon, it is difficult to make a real difference between all these profession. I want to know your thinking about it.
That's a very good question for William. Assistant
Yes,
à prise d'ouvrage,
exactly.
analyst,
Amoa.
analyst.
Amoa. Yes. No, exactly. So Amoa, it's actually same as it's also like analyse functional analyst, or chef de projet fonctionnel, functional project manager. So all those positions, they are part of the same métier. How do you say métier? Job of the same
Career.
job of the same career. You know, it's like learning at school to become a doctor, and at the end you can do like veterinary or dentist. So doctor is business analysis, and then you have different specialization or different yeah, you have different specialization, if I can say it like that. You know, so from IBA point of view, business analysis is a career. It's something that yeah, it's the whole family, and then there are different um, position that you can have at a company. And remember, the business, if my position, my title is business analyst and I'm working at MTN, and your title is business analyst and you're working at Orange, both companies are doing same telecommunication, but the task that I will do will probably be different from the task that you will do. So the title that you have is the title given by someone working at the company, or given by a company uh, uh, um, regarding their context. You know, so the company will decide for this task. I will call the position this and this. So most of the time we will do similar task, but there will be variations. Okay, so what is important is to look at the task that the position is doing, and then you will know if that position is doing 80% or 90% or 30% of business analysis task. So don't be confused between the position, the title, and the career, the job, business analyst. You know, je sais pas si j'ai été clair.
Yes, it's good. Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right. We still have a bit of time for one last question or contribution. So anyone who wants to do that, now is the time. All right.
I will
If
just
there's no,
include I will just include yeah, some of my favorite tools or approach. Imani asked, what did I do to earn those 20%? Those 20%.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank
Raise.
you.
Yeah, so I will just put that in the chat. So so those are tools that I used with the mindset, the Baerbock mindset. And the first one was to have a consultative approach, meaning act as a consultant within the company. And I think English said that very well. Act like my colleague is a customer. Act like I myself, I am a product, or I am a company, William, and I'm selling what I do, the task that I'm executing. It's like I'm selling a product, and I want my customer to be happy. So once you have this mindset, then everything you do, you can explain the requirements that are right. They are really. So I will always think to myself, the, this document, for whom am I writing this? So, and also, if I'm doing I'm designing a process, I'm modeling a process. The process will be different if I'm modeling this process for developers or executives or etc. So yeah, this is the first step, the very first step. Once you have this mindset, act as an internal consultant, you become someone different. The way you will conduct meetings will also be different, and the way you your deliverables will also have a different look and feel. Yeah. So I will list some of the other tools and techniques I use with that approach, and a little bit different, and where my colleagues were like, "Wow, okay, we see you, okay." You know,
We
they
also want that
really,
20%.
yeah, feel that I've really changed during the while I was doing the study group.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe he
Oh,
can teach us the skills of
okay.
negotiating for a higher salary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, William. I think I will ask one last question to close the Q&A, and that would be to Ingrid. If we could flip it the other way around, what do you think business analysts can learn from marketers?
Okay. What BA can learn from marketers is marketers are kind, I don't know what is the right term, but they are kind of aggressive. Sometimes, because we as BA, sometimes we most of the time, I can say it at least, we need to have we need to have compromise with everybody too. But marketers has this thing, they are kind of sometimes aggressive in the act that what they want, they really make much effort, I don't yeah, much effort to be sure that the environment in which they are uh, finally buy their idea. But in BA, it's not the same. We have an idea who is bought by someone else, and then we do our best to make people fit in it. And then this small aggressivity that marketer has, it could be nice that a BA doesn't forget about it.
Yes, it's quite an interesting perspective. Yes, indeed, as BAs, we tend to try to always find compromise with our stakeholders, and sometimes it means we do not push as aggressively as the marketers do. And it's a good point to learn how to be able to be more aggressive sometimes. Thank you very much, Ingrid, and thank you very much, Imani. Big thank you to both of you for taking the time to share your experience and insights with us on this topic. With that, I'm closing the Q&A and I'm going back to my slides so that we can go to the last part of this event tonight. With 30 minutes left, we will have our quiz. Yay! This part where we give an opportunity to 4 people to win prizes. And these prizes are 10% discounts to our study groups, the certification preparation study groups we mentioned earlier. We do them in English and in French, online and on site. So you can win a discount to these study groups. You can also win a discount to the BA meetup on site, which is the physical version of what we are currently doing online. You can win a discount to that and you attend. And finally, you can have the opportunity to feature your story, your business analysis story on IIBA Cameroon's official channels, which is going to be a good boost for you and for your professional image as well. And remember, you don't need to have the title business analyst. It's enough that you perform business analysis tasks. Okay, now how can you win these prizes? I mentioned at the beginning, you need to be paying attention so that you can win. And this is the way the game will go. I'm going to ask you some questions about, based on what Imani and Ingrid shared. And if you get the question correctly, that is, if you're the first person to say the right answer, you win. It's as simple as that. And we're going to be using the chat. We'll also be using speaking out from your mic. So the first person we detect answer the question correctly wins for that particular question. So I hope you're all ready. If there's anything is unclear, then you don't hesitate to raise it. Thank you very much, Olive, for joining us, and goodbye. All right, I hope you're all ready because we're going to start. Question number 1. Increase this. Question number 1. Ingrid has a master's in. Does anybody remember what Ingrid has a master's in? Which subject? Just open your mic and say it or write it in the chat. Luke Arnold says marketing. Yes, Luke Arnold, you're very fast. William just copied Luke Arnold. Yes, congratulations, Luke Arnold. Yes, Ingrid has a master's in international marketing. Well done. Let me just make sure that I note your name. I hope the others are getting the sense of how the game is going. We only have 3 more questions to go, so don't miss a chance to win your own prize. Question number 2. This is a true or false question. Imani has held the job title business analyst. True or false?
Can I answer? Can I answer, guys?
No.
An easy 10% like that.
How? How?
Estelle says yes. Estelle says true.
Hmm.
Suspense, suspense.
Ah,
The suspense is really there. But no,
true or
Imani has
false?
not held the job title business analyst. The answer is false.
In your circle,
William,
Florence,
sorry.
you had this nice chart with all of the roles that say the, and I've been everywhere in the field. But I think that illustrates it very well. Not the title, but definitely the career.
Definitely, yes. About the task that you perform, even the mindset. Someone said that there's a business analyst mindset. Okay, let's go to the next question. Has Ingrid been, does Ingrid perform testing activities? Yes or no, as a business analyst? Let's see if other people want to try. Karine, Olivia, Jonas, Estelle, you want to try again? The others are not so sure. They're hesitating. If you hesitate, you lose. So Luke Arnold says yes. Ingrid has been or is engaged in testing activities as a business analyst. And Luke Arnold is correct. However, Luke Arnold has already won a prize. So the next person who is correct, Estelle, wins.
William.
And I'm very I'm very intentionally ignoring William because he's not eligible to win the prize.
No, well done, guys.
Well done, Estelle. Okay, let's go to the next question. We have two more prizes that you can win. Does Imani's work as as a business owner, does Imani have to do business process work? Yes or no?
Mm.
It's
I
not a
have the
business
answer, but I'm
analyst
not
who
sure. I'm not sure. I
business
wish I could just
owner.
type it here.
I know.
Hmm.
Don't
The
do it.
answer is yes. Yes. Imani specifically said that. Oh, and
Mm.
used an example of customer journeys. You need
Mhm.
to picture the steps that your customer will take between when they become aware of your product to when they give you the money for it, and he uses
Mhm.
business process modeling. So yes, the answer is yes. And
Yes, I do.
the winner in this case is Karine. Luke Arnold You're always getting this right, but no extra prize for you. Congratulations, Karin. And thank you, Luke Arnold. Thank you so much for joining us, and see you next time. Now, last chance. Last chance for those who have not won a prize yet.
Including me and William and
All
Ingrid.
right.
At least we are three.
You know.
When Ingrid was giving recommendations for enterprises, she said there's a skill that business analysis can bring to you as a business owner and your team. Does anyone remember what that skill was for you and your team? Let me give a bit of a hint. Was it risk management? Was it stakeholder management? Or was it communication? Somebody who hasn't won a prize can give it a try. Exactly. Yes, it was communication. Communication skills. Olivia Gone, congratulations, you won that
Bravo.
prize.
Well done.
Okay, in that case, we have our 4 winners, and you will be contacted. Don't worry, you will be contacted concerning how to benefit from your prize. But thank you to everyone who participated in the quiz.
You.
You had some fun like I did. But that was the last activity for today's after work. We're very happy that you were able to join us and share and exchange with us and learn something this evening. And we hope that you can continue to enjoy the rest of your Friday. And we're really, really thankful to you. Before you leave, though, 1, we would like to have a group photo, and 2, once you leave the call, you will receive the link to a feedback survey, which takes less than 2 minutes. So if you can fill that survey, we will be very grateful because it helps us to improve our events. So thank you very much. William, how do we do the group photo for those who are still on the call?
Yes. Yes. So you will receive so be ready before you enable smile before clicking on the before authorizing.
I authorize before smiling. Just like to encourage people to switch on their camera so your faces can appear in the photo instead of your names.
Hello.
And shall we try that again? William, is it okay now?
Yes, it
Photo
is.
taken?
Photo taken.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Then thank you all very much, and I wish you an amazing weekend.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Florence.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you very
Goodbye.
much. Thank you for having us.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.